Parenthood was called before they changed the name, right? And the whole point, like I said, was to slow our birth, right? So they can go ahead and weed us out, because there's some that believe that we shouldn't even be here to begin with, even though without us there would be no them. But that's neither here nor there, the point, right? The point is, my sisters are being psychologically attacked, right? And whether they understand it or not, they look at us as a man like myself, and they would say, well, you know, he exhibits traits of toxic masculinity, right? What the hell is toxic masculinity? It means you shouldn't be a male. You should not have testosterone. You shouldn't have aggressive behavior, right? When that's all things that are naturally occur within a man, right? And so basically, like I said at the top of the show, that was one of the ways that they went and they tried to put a line and a wedge between us, which has worked. Because if you look at it, you know, people aren't getting married at the lowest rate ever in this country, right? And so we have a lot of educated and career-minded and goal-oriented sisters that are actually doing pretty well for themselves. But when you look at their family unit, they're usually a single mom. They're usually a single parent, right? And then, you know, that's by design. So that means normally she gets pregnant, right? She got her career on one side, and her and the father probably are not going to work out. So what she does, she takes a trip down to Planned Parenthood and get an abortion, right? And if you don't understand that this is by design, this is heavily influenced by design, right? That in every urban community across the country, you'll find at least one or more Planned Parenthood centers all throughout that area, right? But if you go to the elite sides of town, right, the more affluent, you'll see fertility clinics. See, we got to pay attention and open our minds and our eyes to what's actually going on around us and stop putting our heads in the sand. Because the more we put our heads in the sand, the more we keep getting attacked. And then the more we get attacked, right, and we become mentally dead, it opens the door for the ones of us who do have children for them to come and attack our children, right? So, you know, it's something for you ladies to think about, you know what I'm saying? It's something for y'all to go ahead and research and get back to me about it, right? I don't care if you get back to me about it in the comment section or ask some questions that I can answer next time that I'm on air. But yeah, this is a real thing, and I keep trying to tell y'all that they're trying to come between us so that we'll stop reproducing on our own as much, right? Even though we're still in a plus side of reproduction, our numbers are way down. Our numbers are way down because we're having abortions and we're not even getting together, to be honest with us. To be honest with you, you know, a lot of us who are of means, we look across at our partners, whether it be female or male, right? You looking like, man, you know, you're not seeing any valuable partner because we're so down on each other and quote unquote black love because of feminism and toxic masculinity. Let's be honest, there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. Either you're a man or you're not, right? Either you're homosexual or you're a heterosexual man. If you're a heterosexual man, you might be prone to like things like boxing, football, any type of thing that kind of gets that testosterone flowing, right? Combat and competition, right? Now, females, you know, while some of y'all enjoy those things too, a lot of you guys like more artsy things and things of that nature. Now, there's nothing wrong with the difference, but we have to acknowledge that there is a difference between being a female and a male. We cannot, one as a male, try to compete with a female or a sister on what she does, what she was naturally designed to be able to do. You know what I mean? I cannot show the type of compassion or love or give the type of energy to children that they can. I cannot. I'm creative, but sometimes I see the way sisters just create things out of nothing, and it's very impressive to me. You know what I mean? Because their minds are very different. Whereas you know, for a sister to try to compete with me on actually building something with heavy machinery is kind of crazy because I'm more physically suited to do that, right? And my mind works that way where I can put heavy objects together to produce something, right? So, you know, it's not a knock on nobody, and I know I'm going to get some kickback, some, you know what I mean, where people disagree, but it's the truth, you know what I mean? And I welcome anybody who want to disagree and want to talk about it. We can go ahead and chop it up in the comment section, or I'll address you on the next episode. But definitely look into the Black Genocide, look into the Huff Post article about her, look into the Washington Post, and you can also check out Time Magazine. Time Magazine also had a nice article on it, right? And was talking about how she, behind closed doors again, was using her platform and her influence to try to kill off the reproductive rights of us, right? But don't think that it's over. I brought that up because it's all in the front. Excuse me. It's all in the forefront right now, to the point where all these major outlets are covering it, to the point where the Planned Parenthood organization that she created is trying to distance itself from her so they can keep going. But if that's what you were founded on, that is the core belief and mission principle of your organization. So if you distance yourself from your founder, it does not matter. This is what you are here to do, right? And even with her gone, we still have people like Bill Gates. Bill Gates always wants to go try some shit in Africa. He's a computer guy, right? But he wants to go ahead and try vaccines and all other shit in Africa, right? And he said it. If you go ahead and Google him, you can find old footage of him talking about how he wants to slow reproduction in places like Africa, right? And that's by design, you know what I mean? Now, I ain't gonna hit y'all in the head too much longer. As always, you know, I don't have all the answers, but, you know, we're moving forward. Hopefully, I leave you in a better place than I found you. Hopefully, I gave you some insight into something that you probably never thought about. So, hit me up in the comments, and peace and love to the universe. Peace.